I'm going to say something that most therapists won't say. Your partner is not your emotional support system. They can support you, but if you need them to feel okay to the point where you're trying to control how they think, act, and feel, that's not love, that's dependency. Even if it is to try to control another person so that you can feel better, that's not love, that is dependency. Before I start, this is a story that's modified based on a real case. Names, details, everything changed to protect confidentiality. But the pattern is real, and I've seen it many times. And it shows up in relationships, friendships, family, work, practically everywhere. Let's call her Eliana, 35 years old, in a relationship with Thomas. On paper, everything looks fine. They talk, they see each other. They're trying, but internally, Eliana's exhausted. If Thomas is quiet, she feels it immediately. If he takes longer to respond, her mind then starts racing. If something feels off, she feels that she needs to fix it immediately. She replays conversations. She adjusts how she speaks. She tries to say the right thing, do the right thing. She doesn't feel okay unless he is okay. And she tells herself, I just care. I just want things to be good between us and I want him to be happy. But she's not in a relationship at that point. She's in a regulation system. So some examples could be expanding. So guilt when she pulls back, anxiety when connection drops, and sadness when distance appears. And this didn't just happen in this relationship. I've seen best friend fallout, family dynamic issues, but it's always the same pattern. Different people, same emotional pattern. Most people think codependency is caring too much. It's because, oh, you're an empath or this and that. No. Codependency is when the emotional stability depends on someone else, how they're feeling, thinking, and doing and acting in order for you to feel better. You're not choosing them, you're depending on them. And when you depend on someone else emotionally, you will eventually try to control them. That's just how it is. So there's tone monitoring, over explaining, fixing, and people pleasing. Because if they are okay, then you feel okay. Now let me break this down differently. A habit is an automatic thought, which goes into checking phone, reading tone. A coping skill, on the other hand, is a deviation from said emotion. Texting, fixing, reassurance seeking. Now addiction is when you're no longer in control. The impulsivity is so strong, it bypasses logic. And when you need someone to regulate your emotions, that is emotional addiction because now the relationship controls you. You don't choose to text. You have to. You don't choose to fix. You feel compelled. And at the core of all this is anxiety, because anxiety is not feeling in control of the present. So what do? You try to control a person to feel in control of yourself. You're not trying to fix them. You're trying to control how you feel. For thinkers, it can reappear as something a little bit more modified. Any other feeling just transitions to frustration or anger, for example. But here's what culture gets this wrong. Your partner is not your emotional regulator. Support doesn't equal regulation. If you need them to feel okay, you will try to control them. And control kills attraction. This is why anxious patterns attract avoidant patterns. Not because they're compatible, but because they complete each other's dysfunction. One chases, the other one withdraws. One needs, the other one distances. And even if you're not clinically that, you can still play the pattern. Now let's simplify this. Stress equals trying to control too many things all at once, trying to do it all too well. Too many thoughts, emotions, and outcomes. The solution is to compartmentalize by doing one thing at a time and then prioritizing. You don't need to control everything. You need to control yourself. And each person is responsible for their own emotions. The codependency fix: regulate yourself, tolerate discomfort, stop fixing, stop explaining or over explaining, choose, don't need. Love is a choice. Dependency is a need. Most people don't have relationship problems. They have emotional regulation problems. And you don't need someone to feel okay. You need to learn how to feel okay on your own. Comment below. Have you ever felt like you needed someone just to feel okay? Comment below. I'd like to see your opinions, your comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.